Yo, what the fuck is how y'all doing? How y'all feeling? How are you all living? Man, it is so good to be back. It is so good to be back. Dude, get him out. Get him out. Get him the fuck out. Get him out. Get him out. Get him out. I don't want to see it. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to look at you. Get out. Get him out. Get him out. Get him the fuck out of here, man. Get him out. Get him out. Get him out. Get him out. Welcome back to the stream, baby. It is so good to see so many beautiful faces with me right here, right now. And oh my God, do we have a lot to cover. Get them. It's, you know what's so funny, man, is like, I love crypto. I love it to death. But one thing goes well. You see one thing goes well. Ansem launches a coin. It goes crazy. It goes to 150 mil. And then they come out of the crevice like little leeches, like vermin. They come out and they start circling like hawks and they're ready to fucking pounce. You see them all. These guys you haven't heard from in 3 years, they come out and I run Solana. They come out like little larvae. They sliver themselves into the scene somehow. They're like little vultures and they circle. Yeah, vermin. What's a synonym for vermin? Yeah, like little varmints. They're little varmints and they crawl and they multiply and they come out and they're ready to just destroy anything in their path. It's like when the locusts come and they sweep through and they destroy everything. Yeah, they come out and they're like, it's insane. It's a cretin. I like that. It's like they come out and they're ready to go. So anyways, man, welcome back to the stream. We have a lot to talk. We have a lot to get into today. We have a lot to fucking cover. It feels good to be back. There's some stocks moving. There's shit happening. I'm in some positions. Dude, get the fuck out of here. I'm not claiming. It's like, brother, lock in. Sit down, learn a thing. Okay? Let's get them out. Get them all out. Sit down, learn a thing. Let's talk about some crypto. Let's talk about some stocks. And let us get into it. All right, I got a lot to talk about today. I really do. I got a lot to talk about. Tulip, DNAP, I need you all ban. I need like for 5 minutes, just get rid of them, please. Please. Just get rid of them for 5 minutes. And then you can go back. We do have a lot that's gonna fucking distract me. We have a lot to cover. Thank you. We have a lot to get into. Just get them out. I just want to cleanse. I want 200 freaks is what I want. Okay. 200 freaks. I'm gonna do some intro stuff, but something just launched that I think is really important. And so let's just like cover it first and then we'll work backwards. Crazy narrative violation just happened. Crazy narrative violation just happened with Anthropic. And so they just announced Claude Sonnet 5. We'll watch it real quick. There's not even audio to it. There's nothing to even watch. They launched Claude Sonnet 5, and so we'll try it. But it's a big problem, this launch, because we are in the bench nerfing era. This is a insane graphic. I wasn't sure that this day would ever come. I didn't think it would come like this. I didn't think it would willingly come. And so you remember we have the Daniel Tenreiro thesis, which is that as long as every incremental model is better than the last, the market is going to continue to go up, because that means if you throw more compute and at these models, you could grow intelligence, more compute, more intelligence. And as long as that is fact, then everyone is forced to continue to do this. CapEx goes up, spend goes up, circular money floating around in the ecosystem goes up. The second that stops and you release a model that's worse than the last, and it's no longer a direct correlation that just money equals intelligence, it probably creates this weird perverse outcome where I'm not sure the money spend continues to go up only. That was the Daniel Tenreiro thesis. He gave us his thesis like a long time ago, 4.6. He gave us his thesis like in February, and it's played out. Every incremental model has been better all the way up until Fable, which got labeled a, it got labeled a fucking cyber weapon and got banned by the government. And there's no other way to say it other than he binked that thesis. It's the one that we've lived by since February, and it was a really good one. Now, what we did not consider is Anthropic or any lab would willingly nerf their own model and make it worse. And so this is I don't even exactly know what's being measured here. Cyber gym vulnerability discovery. Um Whatever. I don't even really know what exactly am I even looking at on this benchmark? Let me see. Uh what is this? It's yes, let's get at hacking. What specifically is it? Ask GPT, yeah. What benchmark is this measuring super simply? How yeah, okay, it's measuring how good AI model is at finding software security vulnerabilities. That would be the one that they nerf, right? Is finding vulnerabilities. Makes I guess it makes sense. Think about it like this. Can the AI act like a security researcher and discover real bugs that could crash or exploit software? The bars show two things. Dark color equals percentage of tasks where AI successfully found the successful vulnerability, specific vulnerability target. Light color, where it found any crash or bug, even if it wasn't the exact ones researchers were looking at. And so it's worse. It's worse than Sonnet 4.6. Okay. And so number one is we have now entered the era post Fable where the public again will never have access to bleeding edge intelligence ever. You will never just get the bleeding edge intelligence. Right now we're like one model away. It'll probably expand and grow. But then it's gonna just become a thing where they nerf individual categories. Think about it like this, even. Okay, wait, watch this. They nerf individual categories, and you may think, okay, why is it that big of a deal to nerf hacking? That seems like a fair thing that you would want to nerf. Wouldn't want to give a god hacker in the hands of everybody. But it just like starts with hacking. And then it trickles down. It sets the precedent for we can nerf specific verticals and then you can expand it, right? Because like you can imagine when we have KYC'd everybody and Anthropic or ChatGPT knows every person that's prompting their models, you could get to the point where like, okay, if Anthropic wants company A, B, and C to win in drug discovery, they're going to give them the best models. But not only are they going to give A, B, and C the best models, they're also going to give company D, E, and F that they're not invested in a nerfed version when it has a question related to drug discovery. So not only do they pick and choose who gets better intelligence, they also pick and choose who gets worse intelligence. They're just going to start nerfing you. They did not consider that. They're going to start nerfing based off who they think you are, what they think you're doing, whether they like your mission or not. You don't comply with the government, like, okay, fuck it, you get a worse model. And so what this really sets, I mean, I wonder is Zipu up on this? Wait, we need to go to Hyperliquid. I don't know if there's much volume. It should be. It fucking should be. No, it's not. It fucking should be. Minimax. No, nothing. Neither is up. But that was not what I was planning to cover as the first topic, but that feels like a wild narrative violation compared to what we were looking at before. China edge on open source is insane. So, wow. Yeah, what an announcement. Honestly, to start the fucking day off. What an announcement. All right. Now we can start the stream normally. Also, we got the little vermin out. On that note, let's do a little roll call. Beef, what's good? Zintar, what's good? Charlie, Spicy Meatball, Live the Life TV, Jackson Ray, Small Pepe, Kevin, Pudgy, Fersh, Kmart, what's good? Fins, what's good? DNAP, what's good? What's good? What's good? Nike Talk, first chatter, welcome. Welcome. Yo, Crazy Star, love you, brother. I appreciate you. Greg, what's good? Starink, what's good? Jax, Nav, Ether, Smart Dog, Small Pepe, Defluge, Lukewarm, Baby, Pipe Bomb, BT, Golem, Newman, what's good? Meta, Pipe Bomb, Baves, what's good? What's good? What's good? What's good? What is good? Daily Jarker, Ethan Streams, what's good? Finance Trader, what's up? 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 What is up? All right, we have a lot to talk about. We have a lot to get into. MacD guys, what's up, little homie? What's up, little bro? What's up, Unk? Pushing 25. What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? All right, we have a lot to talk about. Same thing happened in terms of service. Who cares if my data? I'm not doing anything wrong. Yeah, same thing happened with terms of service. Who cares if they have my data? I'm not doing anything wrong. Who cares if they nerf cyber? I'm not a hacker. That's how it starts, and they are gonna fucking get you. Wow, that was a crazy influx. Where did these meme coin little fuckers come from? Dude, get the fuck out of here, man. Ignite. Don't do it, man. Get the thank you. Thank you, man. That was insane. Where are they coming from? It's like one thing goes well, and then it's just overwhelming. Overwhelming. All right. All right. All right. All right. First and foremost, guys, tell me what you think. I think that I am going to potentially move stream time to market open every day. I might move it to market open every day. Start stream at 8:30. Electric at 9:30. Run it until about 11. And then get off. And so there's also a chance, if we do market open streams, that mid to late in the day, I'll spark up random. I think I'll start sparking up random vibe streams. It's something that I can never do right now because it happens so late. Like, I think it actually makes the streams worse because we stream so late. And what it creates is this inability to plan segments ahead. And so market close is electric. I agree. But market open is crazy. And so I don't know. We're gonna see. I'm gonna try it probably next week. And we like, because what I think is we could do like 8:30 pre-market news, 9:30 to 10:30 is like market open, and then 10:30 to 11:30 is just like fun, like lore, books, trading, psychology, segments, things like this. And so I don't know. I think it's really easy to like fuck with the time and move it around. And it's something I'm considering. And so I wanted to just throw it out there that I am considering it. I don't know. I just think market open is the like, okay. You know who actually convinced me to start paying attention to stocks? Sneaky pull is Thicky. And I had this dinner with Thicky when I first moved to New York. Like, I moved to New York in January, and like the first person I met in New York was Thicky. And I met him for the first time, and we went to dinner. And he was asking me what we cover on stream and why. Yeah, that's when I first learned about the Thicky method. And he was asking me like what we cover on stream. And I was telling him, like, we are really focused on crypto, on chain, and emerging markets. At the time we were doing the Roblox stream, we're talking about these weird little like skin markets, talking about like niche little stuff. And he asked me, why don't you talk about stocks? And I had this sort of half-baked response that seemed justified at the time as to why we don't talk about stocks. And he replied, and he was like, fine, I guess, but stocks are a bigger market, no? I'm like, yeah, stocks are a bigger market. Okay, so why don't you talk about stocks if it's the biggest market? Kind of hard to refute that, right? If you really sit down and think about it, okay, biggest market, most people, most money, most volume, biggest returns, best place to make it. It's probably kind of hard to refute that argument. And so we started talking about stocks, and yeah, I mean, the guy's right. It's like, why would you not talk about everything, right? Why would you not talk about both? Hey, easy. And so made a lot of sense. Very valid take. Biggest companies. And I'm like, yeah, he's fucking right. It was obviously a good decision to add it into your game. Why would you not add it into your game? And then if you think about the time as to when you stream from the same, using the Thicky mindset, It's like, okay, if you're streaming about stocks and market open, what time is the most electric for market open or for the market? And it's like, well, yeah, market open probably. It's what I'm the most excited for. Market close is fun. Don't get me wrong. I like market close. I really like market close. Middle of the day sucks. Like noon sucks. 11 sucks. 12 sucks. But open and close are the best, and open's probably better than close. And I don't know. Thinking method, sort of hard to argue with. So maybe we will start doing market open. I don't know. Just a thought. Also, y'all want some game? I'm gonna give you some game. We call it the thicky method. Malcolm, should I give him game? Should I teach him the thicky method? Because I can. I'll give you the thicky method. The smoothest, coolest dinner play I've ever seen. I'm gonna give you game. Watch this. So we sit down with Thicky. I learned it's called the thicky method. 2 C's. You're at dinner with your boys or preferably with a lady. It sounds simple, but to pull it off is a whole different game. And so the way the thicky method works is near the end of dinner, you get up, you excuse yourself to go to the bathroom. And on your way to the bathroom, you hand the waiter your card and you pay the bill. You come back from the bathroom, you sit down, you order dessert, whatever, it's already paid for. And then you say, all right, you all ready to get up and go? And then Malcolm says something along the lines of, but wait, don't we have to pay? And with the thicky method, Thicky is like, oh, I already covered it. And then Malcolm looks at threadguy looks at Malcolm and is like, what? When did you cover it? And he's like, oh, like, I got up and paid. Don't you remember? And then the two friends are like, whoa. And everyone starts dapping each other up and like clapping and getting all excited. Like, no. Hit the scuba real quick. And so it works on dates, by the way. It really, really, really works on a date. So on that note, we have a lot to cover, a lot to get into. I got like 30 minutes of intro stuff I want to talk about. Chat, who invented the scuba? I got like 30 minutes of intro stuff. 20 minutes of intro stuff I want to talk about. And then we got to get into some serious market news that Cam Ward, thank you, happened. First and foremost, A16Z dropped a reading list. I talked to ChatGPT because I like A16Z. I think they're a pretty good curator of fine art and literature and things of that nature. And I'm on this big reading thing recently. And so I asked ChatGPT, how long would it take to complete this reading list, which I have not read a single one of these books. You know how long ChatGPT said if I'm a moderate reader, it would take to finish this list? It said it would take 9 months to read this list. 9 months to finish this. Disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. I will not be doing it. Instead, I think you should run the threadguy trading reading list is what I think you should do. The threadguy trading reading list. Okay? I think there's 4 books you should read. 4 books. 4 books you should read. Number 1, Reminiscence of a Stock Operator. If you don't like Reminiscence of a Stock Operator, I just like don't think you're going to be a good trader. Honestly, hot take. If you don't like Reminiscence of a Stock Operator, I just don't think you're really meant to trade. I mean it. Second, and I'm not done with it, but I'm going to recommend it anyways, is, dude, you're going to fucking piss me off. Second, I'm not done with it. I'm recommending it anyways. I've had 300 pages in 3 days. Is On the Edge, Nate Silver. So good. And I'm going to tell you a story from it in a second. Dude, I'm sorry. It's so good. I had this dream last night, by the way, that I stopped trading for like 6 months and I moved to Puerto Rico with a poker coach. And I did nothing but vlog my journey of becoming a profitable poker player. And it was I was pretty pissed when I woke up. I was fairly upset when I woke up in the morning that I wasn't on Puerto Rico with a poker coach. Reminiscence of Stock Operator, On the Edge, Nate Silver More Money Than God. Sebastian Mallaby. So good. I haven't finished it, but it's just like peak. And then you have to read one Market Wizards. You have to. I think the most recent one is the worst. Hot take. You have to read one of the old Market Wizards. One of them has Stanley Druckenmiller and Paul Tudor Jones in the same one. It's so good. But I found myself really unable to read any fiction or any books that have nothing to do with finance. I found myself really unable to do it. I found myself really unable to do it. Okay. Trend, social trend, and we'll get to the market that I'm seeing everywhere. I think it's interesting that I'm seeing this everywhere. And so we've seen looks maxing, right? Looks also YouTube. I haven't even said what's up to you. YouTube gang, YouTube gang, YouTube gang. If you would like to chat, twitch.tv/threadguy, Twitter as well, YouTube as well. Good to see you. YouTube gang. Everyone knows looks maxing, right? The GLPs, Liar's Poker. What's Liar's Poker? Liar's Poker. It's a nonfiction semi-autocratic book by Michael Lewis describing the author's experience as a bond salesman on Wall Street in the late 1980s. Whoa. Wow. Michael Lewis fucking sucks. Who is Michael Lewis? Or 20 million. Not bad. It's got more money than me. Okay. Everyone knows looks maxing. It's good, but it's a hard book to read. Everyone knows looks maxing. GLPs took over the world. Everyone's on the finasteride. I'm going to start the topical finasteride. Everyone's on the peptides. It's taken over the world. What I've not heard a lot about is hype maxing. And I saw 5 posts about it yesterday alone. And so I decided to do a little reading, a little research into exactly what's going on here. And so not enough people are talking about the fact that 1 million teenagers in South Korea are taking a human growth hormone because their parents want them to grow taller, HGH. 60% of children, adolescents who receive growth hormone injections in Korea do so for height growth rather than treatment. And the supply of growth hormone injections was estimated to total $350 million. Okay. How many teenagers are in South Korea? $6 million. You're telling me, oh, that's not quite okay. It's a lot more. It's like 20 million. They're saying 1 million teenagers in South Korea are taking HGH, which is supposed to make you taller. I don't exactly know how it works. But you can safely ensure your kids are taller than they would be otherwise, giving them a higher quality of life. And so everyone should wake up to this trend. In the West, rich people are making their kids taller. In the East, this is catching on as a general trend for status maxing parents. And so I sat down and I did some reading about this. Okay, this HGH, this height max. First of all, have you heard of this? Do you know anyone that's height maxed? Have you heard about height maxing? Okay. And I remembered this book that I read from Malcolm Gladwell. And so I went and I found the study. And what I found is that 15% of men in the United States are over 6 foot tall. 15%. So it's pretty rare. I'm over 6 feet. I'm rare. It's pretty rare. 15%. It's a small number. 15% of men in America are over 6 feet tall. 58% of Fortune 500 CEOs are over 6 feet tall. 58% of Fortune 500 CEOs. 58 fucking percent of Fortune 500 CEOs are over 6 feet tall. That is an insane spread. You could extrapolate it one step further and say that height is the single most direct correlation on success. 58% Fortune 500 CEOs. Disgusting number. And so you could genuinely make the argument. I sit here and I look at these people height maxing. You could genuinely make the argument that it is worth sacrificing your long-term health to be taller. You would rather sacrifice your long-term health to be taller than it is to live longer and be healthy and be under 6 foot. Fair argument to make. It is a fair argument. Kind of hard to fight the data. 58 insane. I actually could not believe it. This number. It doesn't make sense. What percent of men in America are over 6 foot? 14.5. Brother, that is a wild discrepancy. How tall is Jensen? Tall is Jensen. I think he looks short. 170 centimeters. What is 170 in feet? 5'5". How tall was Steve Jobs? What are your favorite CEOs? He was 6 feet even. Micron CEO. How tall is .6 foot? No listed height. How tall is Jeff Bezos? I feel like Bezos is short. 5'7". Wow, this is like is this weird, like survivorship bias? Elon? Is Zuck short? He doesn't look short. Elon's 6'2". Zuck is 5'8". Tim Cook is 6. Satya is 5'9". Jensen's 5'7". This is a little bit, maybe some survivorship bias. They're saying Jensen's 5'5", which is crazy. But I hate to be that guy because I'm over 6 foot, but I do think being tall is such an unmeasurable edge in like the world. It is. It really is. I'm not that tall. I was always the tallest kid in my class growing up. Doctors told me I was going to be 6'4". My parents aren't that tall. My dad's like 6 foot even. My mom's like 5'6". I have an uncle who's 6'2", but nobody else. I'm taller than my brother. Like, I don't have a lot of tall people in my family. I don't have a lot of tall relatives, but I think it's such an edge in society. It just is. It really, I think it matters. It doesn't matter to the point of if you're not, like if you're short, you're doomed, because you're absolutely not. It's not just about size, but how you use it. But it is just a baseline edge. If you could cheat it, people would cheat it. And I don't know, this is a crazy tweet. If you have a son whose height is likely to be below 6 feet, then you should look at HGH, because culturally the penalty for being under 6 feet as a dude is now pretty damn brutal. Rich people are already doing it. Likely greater decrease in quality of life and the potential cancer risk when using HGH. Crazy tweet. The cancer risk thing is terrifying. I would want to fuck my kids up. But you know what I would do is I could not have, like, my wife has to be minimum like 5'4". There's no way I could breed under 5'4". There's just no way. Like, I wouldn't do it. I could not do it. I just couldn't. Like, I could not think about it from that perspective. She's got to be 5'4" plus. Has to be. Otherwise, I'm in my head like I'm fucking him up. You know? I feel like I'm fucking him up. If not, I feel like I would fuck my kids up. And so if I meet the love of my life and she's like 4'10", just like, oh man, Nothing against anyone 410 watching this, nothing against it. I'm just telling you my perspective and why I think these drugs will be popular. Why I think these drugs will be popular. And sometimes there's edge cases. It happens, right? Sometimes you have like, I don't know. I just like grew up with a lot of basketball players that would like curse their mom for being like 5'1". You know, they'd be like, damn, my fucking dad like found a wife that was 3 inches taller. Like, I'm going D1. I got these fuck ass D3 offers. What am I doing with D3 offers? I just like knew people that would like fucking be mad about it, you know? And so I don't know. That's my take on that note. All right, second topic. Second topic is I did this segment yesterday where you can either be 6'2" for a greater success chances, or you can just give your kid a sick name. Underrated, by the way. Giving your kid a sick name is like so positive. And I'm not even on like genetically engineering kids, but I'm definitely thinking about it in my head. Like, how much do I like this girl if she's 5'1"? Like, how much am I in love, or like, do I just think she's really cute? How much do I like her at 5'1"? You know, you really are thinking about it. You are. Anyone who says they're not is lying. And sometimes you overcome it, like you like her more than 5'1".
Get all their money.
You are thinking about it, man. I'm sorry. I refuse to believe otherwise. As a man, you're not thinking about that. You are. It's in the back of your head at the very least. You're conscious of it. And everybody else is conscious of it too. So, yeah, like, come on. Come on. So, all right. I did this segment yesterday, and I want to do a complete 180 on it about sports bettors that are going to be traders. And I read this study yesterday in this book, this fucking book, Nate Silver, man. Who would have fucking thought? I read this study and it blew my mind. It actually changed the way I think about the TAM on trading. It genuinely did. And so what I learned is that this woman, Natasha Schull, has anyone ever heard of her? Natasha Schull, it's her name. And she did this study and she researched people that play slots in casinos. And what she learned is that people that play slots, the vast majority of people that go to casinos and they sit there at the slot machine and they pull slots, they don't actually want to win money. In fact, winning the jackpot is disruptive to the experience. They do not go and pull slots for 3 hours to make money. It's not the bit at all, which I guess, yeah, duh, obvious, but no. They do not go pull slots to make money. They go pull slots because you could sit there and you can zombie out for 3 hours and not think about anything else other than pressing that fucking button and being allured by the lights in the game, in the machine, in the environment, and it's sort of hidden. Your line of sight in the slot machines are bad. People can't really see you. You could sort of hide. You can hide. You can sit there and you can lock in on the slots. Okay. And the vast majority of people, I guess, obviously, are not pulling slots to make money. And this really made me think about it. Like, I'd never had considered this before. I really sat down and was like, fuck, that's insane. There's this excerpt where she says, people that play slots, winning the jackpot is disruptive. It's loud. Everyone looks at you. The lights go off. It starts flickering. It freaks people out. And she studied, like, she interviewed like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of slot players. And so it made me think about this take I gave yesterday. I gave this take yesterday. And I was saying that every sports bettor is going to realize they can't make money betting on sports and they're going to become traders. And I actually think that this is not true anymore. I've completely changed my opinion on this. And what I've concluded is that sports betting is primarily a recreational entertainment activity. And most people that are betting on sports are not betting on sports to find edges in lines and run models and build some profitable system to bet on sports. Most people that are betting on sports are doing it for entertainment. It's like throwing $50 on a parlay because there's a couple games that night instead of going to the movies. Or it's betting on the game when you go out to dinner instead of buying an extra drink, throwing 25 on the game. And I've just come to this conclusion that the vast, vast, vast majority of sports betting volume is purely for entertainment. These are not marginal traders. These people do not want to make money, and they will never by our stocks or by our coins. I think it's an entirely different brain function. And I really thought about it, and I'm doing this right now in the World Cup. Okay. I went out with a couple of my IRL friends 2 weeks ago or whatever, 3 weeks ago. And my homie was betting on the World Cup. He was about to place a bet. And I was like, oh, I want to bet. Fuck yeah. We're having a couple drinks. We're outside. I want to bet. And he's like, okay, bet. Do you want to just send me some money? I'll place it. And I'm like, hell yeah. And so I sent him some money. I sent him an Apple Pay. He placed the bet. We spanked it. And then now we're betting on every game. And dude, I'm going to be honest. It's a insignificant amount of money. And I don't care about the money at all. The games that we're betting on, I'm betting on strictly because I just like talking to him. I just like talking to the guy. Like, we're going back and forth. We're talking shit. Germany lost yesterday. We're like geeking about goals. He's sending me clips back and forth. And I'm just doing it because I like talking to him. He's entertaining. He's funny. I like the kid. I like talking to him, and I wouldn't be talking to him if I wasn't betting on sports. And yeah, it led me to down this crazy rabbit hole where I started learning about DraftKings and FanDuel and this idea of retail sports books versus sharp sports books. And what I learned, I don't know if anyone here has ever like taken sports betting very seriously, but DraftKings and FanDuel and these retail books, it's basically impossible to make money on because if you even sniff smart bet patterns, you just get banned. Instantly banned. And so I learned about it. So in this book, I read like 150 pages on sports betting today. I read 100. That's all I did today. It's the only thing. I should have been studying for stocks. I read 150 pages on sports betting today. And what I learned is that the biggest friction, yeah, Billy Walters, he's in the book. He's in the fucking book. Thank you for the gifted. You know what the biggest friction is in sports betting? It's not finding EV lines, okay? To find a, 54% EV line is relatively easy. The actual problem is finding a book that will let you bet. This is the hardest part for sports bettors. This is their biggest friction point. EV is like expected value. And so for every dollar, how much money are you expected to make, right? So 50, EV like 50 is a coin flip. 54 means you have a little bit of edge. The hardest part for them is to find a book that will let them bet. And I went down this rabbit hole. And so if you were betting on DraftKings or FanDuel, you could basically get banned in like a week. I kind of want to do a segment where I see how quickly I can get banned. If you have any patterns that even resemble a smart bettor, they just ban you. They ban you. They ban you. They completely ban you. They only market towards fish. And so I went to this rabbit hole, and like the best sports bettors in the world, most of their job is finding loopholes that will let them bet on books. They articulate it as if it's easy to find a line that has edge, but you need to go tag some whale that has VIP status in FanDuel that can get 100K down, because you can't get size down in any market. And so I was going deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper. And what I realized is that, okay, this book was written in 2023, really like pre-poly market explosion. And the reason they ban sharps is because DraftKings houses your risk. Your counterparty is DraftKings when you're betting on DraftKings. They're your counterparty. When you bet on a prediction market, I don't sports bet ever. I bet on like big games and that's it. I never sports bet. So I don't think about these things. When you bet on poly market, it's PvP, player versus player. And polymarket's not polymarket's not taking the other side of your Lakers bet. They're just not. Somebody else is. It's an order book. Someone else is taking the other side of your bet. They don't care who wins because they're making money on the trade regardless. And it's actually an interesting solve. And so I went really deep on sports betting today. And what I learned additionally is that there are a lot of games. Okay, the last 3 days, I've read 150 pages about poker, like Texas Hold'em, 150 pages about blackjack, and 150 pages about sports betting. What I've learned is that there is a lot of games where you can have like plus EV. You can have edge. You can make money. There's a lot of games people play professionally. None of them have the return profile anywhere near trading. None of them come even close. They don't come anywhere close to what you can make trading. And I don't really think anything could change that. Unfortunately or fortunately for us, it doesn't come anywhere close. Poker does not come anywhere close. What the top 1% of poker players make versus what the top 1% of traders make, the spread is so obnoxiously large, it's not even close. They can't even come anywhere close. And so here's one more thing I learned. There's professional slots players. It's an archetype. There are people that make a living pulling slots at casinos. Full-time slot players. Here's how it works. Is all these slot machines run, or at least a lot of them run like an algorithm, right? And so some of these machines at these casinos will say it's programmed that every 1,000 spins, you're guaranteed to win the $10,000 jackpot. Some point in those 1,000 spins, you're guaranteed to win the $1,000 jackpot. And so if it's at 999 pulls and the jackpot has not been hit in that threshold, the 1,000 spin is guaranteed to win $10,000. And some of these machines have visual cues. And so say it's like say it's like a, you've been to a casino before. It's like there's stupid little visual cues. Say there's like a frog over a boiling pot. And it's giving you sort of a cue, like the more spins that have happened without winning the jackpot, the bigger the frog gets over the boiling pot. And eventually it fucking pops, right? And so there's guys that walk around the casino floor and they wait for somebody to pull, let's say, 500 slots on this machine without winning and then get off. And it's at, 650 pulls. There hasn't been a jackpot. There's 350 left. Your EV is actually positive to play. Like say at pull number 0, you're getting back 90 cents for every dollar. But above 500 with no jackpot, you're getting back like $1.25 for every dollar because you're guaranteed to hit the jackpot at the end. And so there's a little group of edge hunters that walk around the casino floor and they know every slot machine, what they look like, what the return profile is, and where they're at on that threshold. And they wait and they wait and they wait. And eventually somebody gets up from a plus EV slot machine and they sit down and they fucking take it. They fucking take it. They hunt edge and they fucking take it. And you would think, no, certainly not. No way these people would leave free money on the floor. But it happens. And so there's this funny joke they write about where this old joke about economists. I love this shit. I love this. 2 economists are walking on the street. One of them says, look, there's a $20 bill on the sidewalk. The other economist says, no, there's not. If there was, someone would have picked it up already. It's a funny bit on like efficient market theory or efficient market hypothesis, whatever it is. And no, it's true. They're not all independent. Some machines are independent, some of them are not. But the whole bit is like, so he asks this guy who's anonymous, he asks him, like, how do you know? How do you know what machine, if it's independent, if it's random, or if it's a threshold one? And he looks at him dead in the eyes. You just have to know. That's it. You just have to know. You have to know. If you want to make money, you have to fucking know. That's it. I don't know how or why or when. You have to know. If you want to make money, you have to know. That's just it. That's the game. You have to know. And so you would think, by the way, that the pit boss would walk around and stop these people. But they framed it in a way that they actually don't really care because the machine's going to hit the jackpot anyways. It's relatively frowned upon, but it isn't actually taking money from the casino because it's going to get there anyways. You might get there a little bit faster, but it's going to get there anyways. You're not changing behavior. And yeah, the jackpot is great marketing. And so the pit bosses actually don't really care. It's insane. I'm reading this and I'm like, what? There's professional slot players is the thing. And so, man, I don't know. These risk takers just find a way. Like there's a edge in every single market. Everywhere. You could people make money exploiting some weird little niche everywhere. Everywhere you look, there is somebody exploiting it for something. If it's going down, if it's going up, if money is coming out of the fucking machine, somebody is exploiting that shit. Every time without fail. It's unbelievable. And I couldn't believe it what I'm reading about professional slot pullers is a real thing. Professional slot pullers. And so I just came to the conclusion that a couple people just take everything. If you really want to find edge, you will. And, you know, I saw all these smooth-brained people complaining about Ansem Coin or whatever. About how, you know, oh, a couple people, da-da-da-da. Not even about Ansem Coin, just in general. How, like, a couple people take all the money, da-da-da-da. Like, you know, make the games aren't fair. No, bro, these slots are fair. None of these games are fair. None of these games are fair, and these games aren't socialist. There isn't like a fair distribution of payouts across games. It's not how the world works. And if you want to play a fair game, go play fucking bingo, you know? Go play dice. Fuck bingo. I don't want to play bingo. I want to play a game where if I'm better than you, I can sit down on the table and I can destroy you. That's what I want to do. I want to sit on the table and I want to destroy you. I want to get in the order books and I want to kill you. I want to cut your throat. That's what I want to do. Why would you want to play any other game? I want to pull your throat out like I'm the Mountain against the Prince of Dorne. And I want to fucking pop your head like a cherry. That's what I want to do. So on that note, let's get into some topics. It's unbelievable what I read. I can't. I have this chat. At some point, we might start doing like poker. I don't know. I just like games. I love games. We might start doing poker segments or something. I don't know. What I also want to do is I want to do a bit where I see how many bets it would take us to get banned from a sports book. How fast could I do it? How fast could I get banned from DraftKings? I think it would be really fun. How fast could I get banned? How fast could I like turn into a sharp and get banned? So anyways, we have a lot to talk about. We have a lot that you need cash to get banned. I mean, what do you think I got? You know what I'm saying? What do you mean? Y'all follow my wallets. What do you mean I need cash to get banned? Yeah, of course. All right. I want to watch this clip to get us started because I'm obsessed with Togi right now. And then no, by the way, it is not insanely hard to get banned. It's not. Nate Silver had a arc where he was sports betting. He did $1.8 million in volume over a year. His yearly P&L was $5,000. $5,000. And he got banned from DraftKings. I don't think you understand. It is so easy to get banned from these books. They don't want your action. If you're a winning player, they do not want your action. They don't. I could talk about sports betting the whole stream. I could do it the whole stream. I learned so much about sports betting. But I'll come back to it. Let's watch the Togi clip, and then we got to get into some trades. I could talk about it the whole stream.
The biggest risk I've ever taken.
My mic's off. Okay, you know what else I learned? Is that the way that they make these lines are deeply unsophisticated. And so there's retail books and there's sharp books. Okay? And the thing about the sharp books is they have I don't know all of the differences. What I do know is the retail books take lines from the sharp books, and the sharps can only bet at the sharp books because they're banned from the retail books. And the way that these lines are launched when they make a new line for the Lakers game in 2 weeks, it's deeply unsophisticated. And they will just, like, three guys will sit in a boiler room and be like, what do you think for the Lakers Hawks? They'll be like, I don't know. I think like Lakers -3. And the other guy will be like, I don't know. I've been watching a bunch. Like, Austin Reeves looking like an all-star right now. I think more like 3.5. And they'll be like, okay, bet Lakers -3.5. And if the first bet comes in from a sharp and they know, they mentioned this guy Peabody. If Peabody comes in and he hammers Lakers -3.5, on the first bet, it would cost $1,000. All of a sudden, it's Lakers minus 4.5. Like in a second, minus 4.5 in a second. And then it goes based off of how the sharps are betting. And then DraftKings just basically mirrors that and pulls Lakers minus 4.5 onto the retail book for all the not sharps to come bet. The line is basically based off of how the sharps are positioning. It's insane. It's like, again, this is early, like this is 2023, so AI has probably changed this a little bit. But they told this story. Last thing, I swear. Last thing. So AI gets referenced in this book. And they told a story as to why AI cannot completely run the lines for, like, unsupervised run the lines for these sports books. And he references the story of AlphaGo. You know what AlphaGo is? The game Go. It's like the Eastern game. I've never played it. I actually don't even know how it works. But Polymarket sponsor of Glazing Sports. Brother, I'm sitting here. I spent the last hour shitting on sports books. You absolute imbecile. And what happened with AlphaGo is it was this AI that could beat the best player 1,000 times out of 1,000 times. But what happened is some point in the trajectory of AlphaGo, the human players found some exploit, some little bug in the system that could beat the AI every time. Like if it like moved a certain way, the AI would like make a wrong move and then they would win. Checkmate. I don't know how it works. And they found a way to like infinitely loop this. It just hammer it, beat it every time with the same move. It had some flaw in the system. And so I would imagine that these betting lines will be super analytics driven, mainly based off who's betting. And they will probably be AI driven for setting the lines. But it's kind of got to have some like retard human brain involved because there's a lot of money on the line for these books. If they get some edge gets leaked and they get throttled, they're on the hook. It's different than Polymarket, right? They're on the hook for a lot of money if they fuck it up. So it was pretty wild to learn about AlphaGo. Look, Google this. AlphaGo human AI exploit, where they just figured out how to throttle it. They found a bug and they went for it, man. It was insane. So anyways, Togi clip and let's go. We got to talk about markets. W segment, like, I don't know. I'm fascinated with sports betting right now.
The biggest risk I've ever taken. As some of you guys know, when I was 19, I made a good bit of money, but I blew it all. So long story short, I had $0 to my name, and I owed the IRS like 150K. And so I ended up doing some super illegal stuff that I wish I could tell you, just can't, to make 13K. But that still wasn't enough. So I then also applied for an Amex Platinum card. I lied about my income. Because I lied about my income, this is like kind of a patched method now. I applied for a personal loan, and based off of that income, they approved me for a $30,000 personal loan. So I had $30,000 on loan, $13,000 from just crime, and I took some of that money to like pay rent, etc. But the rest of it, I was thinking I could pay that towards my tax bill, but then I'm still fucked. You know, then I got 120K of debt to the IRS or 150. Either way, we're broke and fucked. So I went on to, it's called like Dex Tools or something, and I was just looking at the new meme coins. And there's one launched 3 days ago. It was called Pepe the Frog. You guys know what I'm talking about. So I full ported my net worth into Pepe. I think it was 300 million market cap, 30 or 300 million market cap. Long story short, that 30K ended up turning into over $1 million, and I paid off my tax bill, and that laid the groundwork for me to be able to start my social media career. So that was pretty lucky. If that didn't work out, I might have blown my brains out.
Taking out a loan to buy meme coins to pay off your tax liability, unbelievable. The new generation takes a level of risk that you could not fathom. Dude, read this book. Read it, man. Read it. The new generation takes a level of risk that normal people cannot fathom. Also, Rectal, I hope you got the interview, brother. You missed a 6th segment. What book? On the Edge, Nate Silver. On the Edge, Nate Silver. It's, oh God, how much is Nate Silver paying you? God, some of you guys, it's like I could, it's like you could lead a horse to water, you can't make him drink. It's like you could lead a king to the Iron Throne, but you can't fucking make him sit on it. It's like you could lead a Kingsguard to the Ironsmith, but you can't make him pick up the Valerian steel sword, brother. It's like, I don't get it with some of you. You can't make him sit on the fucking Iron Throne. Okay? All right. Anyways, that's the stream. Psych, now we have a lot to talk about. We have a lot to cover. We have a lot to get into. And the first thing I want to talk about is an update on Shaws. Let's talk about Shaws first before market close. First of all, IBM men, great. Second of all, is this is what my trade looks like for Shaws. This is how I'm gonna play it. I think. Did I miss roll call? This is how I think I'm gonna trade it. I started doing this long short position thing. If it loses momentum, like off the Leopold daily grip, I'm gonna be out low 70s. But from what I understand, they have strike on a lot of their calls at $25. And so I think this is a really interesting trade here. I know a lot of people closed it yesterday because we got some bad info. Not bad info, but scary, contradictory info. And so I don't blame you at all if you closed. Maybe I'm gambling a little bit much. But I read an interesting article about it that I like. Some interesting takes. And so if you don't know what this is, Shaws is the Leopold Aschenbrenner stock. He came out yesterday and announced that they took a 19.9% stake into Sharon AI, ticker Shaws. It's an Australian neocloud at like $1.3 billion. The significance about 19.9% is, let me see actually. What is, I forgot, significance of buying 19.9% of a stock as a hedge fund. What happens over 20? Something happens over 20. Thoughts in circle here. I hate it, but I'll show you. Over 20, accounting standards create a presumption that you have a significant influence over the company. You switch to the equity method of accounting. Instead of marking the stock to market, you recognize your share of the company's earnings and loss in your financial statements. Yeah, I don't know. It becomes a mess. And so people don't want to buy over 20. That's not a great explanation, but people don't want to buy over 20%. And so Leopold comes out yesterday and announces he's bought 19.9, excuse me, percent of this stock Shaws. Now, it raises a lot of questions because this Shaws company has some weird history. And one of the things that they did is they lied on an investment report about an NVIDIA partnership, which is very bizarre. And it was a heavily shorted stock because of this reason. So they came out and they filed a 13K, I believe, announcing that NVIDIA, these are total views, by the way, announcing that NVIDIA has started a partnership with them. And then they ended up filing something later saying they lied or they got called out for lying. They have like a weird history. And so this was a heavily shorted stock. There's this firm we read about yesterday who wrote this massive hit piece on Sharon AI, ticker Shaws, that was saying how it's a scam, the whole thing's a mess, and they were shorting at $30. Well, it's at 89 right now, so that obviously blew up at their face. But this guy, Degen Trading, had posted a while back that he thought Leopold was going to file for this 13D, I believe it is, and buy 20%. It wasn't particularly helpful because he tweeted it like at the top tick. Look, this is the candle where it happened, so watch. Z-score is cool. I like this because it doesn't just show you volume, but it shows you like significant volume. And so yeah, also Robo Strategy's up a lot. It's up 15% today. It shows you significant volume, like it's like standard deviation volume compared to the like previous average candles or whatever. So this candle right here is, I think, where the buys happened, where you see it's at like, I think if it's above 5 on the Z-score, it's like irregular candle. This was a 12. And so this, I think, was like the Leopold slam. And then he made a post right here at like $97 and said, I think Leopold's going to buy 20, has bought or is buying 20%. And so there wasn't much alpha in it, but he made a follow-up post I really like because a lot of people didn't want to buy this because it has a weird history. And so a quick overview of Shaws. On the 23rd of June, I posted on X, I think Situational Awareness, Leopold's firm, will likely file a 13G for Shaw's on 29th of June. I'm writing this as a follow-up to the document what I have learned while digging into the company. First off, situational awareness filed it yesterday. What strikes me imminently is that situational awareness stake ballooned to 19.9%. This is significant for many reasons. 20% is the threshold where the stake crosses the major accounting and regulatory level. Under both IFRS and GAAP, only 20% or more presumes significant influence, and the fund has to use the equity method of accounting. Goosebumps. Thank you, accounting class. Never heard of it. At 20%, the stake can hardly be called passive anymore. It becomes one of the largest singular shareholders and have extreme leverage in getting a seat on the board. Situational awareness brought all the way to the limit. Next, in order to acquire such a stake, this means the entire equity deal situational awareness took 35%. Linking into the first quarter financial statements, we can see that Sharon AI only had $164 million of cash on the balance sheet. Post this deal, Shaw's minus 2.83% will have an additional $1.6 billion of cash on his balance sheet to fund the build out. Also, first thanks for the gifted, back in January 26, USDAI, ticker CHIP, approved a $500 million debt facility for Shaw's. This answers one of the most important questions. Can this company build what it is promising to build? With access to about 2.1 billion of cash and debt, the build out is now financially realistic. The part that I like the most is I'm gonna skip. This is the part I like the most. If it was any other anchor investor besides situational awareness, Leopold, I would not put too much weight on the ability of Shaw's to execute. However, Leopold lending his name and weighting this deal heavily biases me towards the execution for Shaw's will probably be good. He in all likelihood knows a great deal more than me. To recap, the latest funding deal has answered two questions for Shaw's: whether it has the ability to raise capital for the build out and to produce the GPUs required. Leopold lending his name to Shaw's also heavily reduces any reputational taint that Shaw's might have. Hope you enjoyed this. And so I thought about it, and I took a position. I took a position yesterday, spot on Robinhood. It was kind of a mess to get in it because if you remember, I had that tax fucking thing happen, which I fixed. Entry is 89. It's at 85.5. I would be down. I'd probably get out minus 15% at like 75, or I will hold it plus 45%, give or take, to 125. The main reason I bought it, I think, twofold. One, it's kind of a bizarre play from Leopold Aschenbrenner, who I don't know if you're calling this late cycle actions or if he's just a genius visionary that can see the future or exactly what's going on here. But to buy 20%, I think it's his biggest single stake in any company in a stock at 1.3 billion. That's also a NeoCloud. It's notable. It's definitely notable. Like there's a lot of ways to look at it. Some people hate this. Like, is he getting messy? Is he getting sloppy? Does he see the future? There's really no way for us to know other than to see how it trades over the next month. But if you bought everything else that he announced a significant stake in, like when did he announce when did situational awareness announce the 5% stake in Nebius? Let me see. Public announcement came after the market closed on May 27th. So if we go to Nebius, shout out to Mitt. May 27th. It was right here. It was this stack of candles right here. This might have been his buys. Maybe this was his buys. And so, they basically ripped it up 30% in a straight line. Right now, it's like 20%. It's a NeoCloud $70 billion market cap. And so basically everything he's touched has turned to gold. Now, is it turned to gold because he's a genius and he sees the future? Or has it turned to gold because he's pumping shit? I don't really know. But we're kind of in a KOL meta in stocks. Like, what is Gavin Baker like? What is Dylan Patel like? What is Leopold Aschenbrenner like? What are the all-in guys like? It's kind of the difference in what makes stuff go up. So the way that I like to trade, it was just too kind of juicy of an opportunity to not take a stab at it, willing to cut. And the way that I thought about the Nvidia FUD is like, okay, if there's all this short interest because they lied and did some shady shit, what's good, Teo? Did some shady shit with Nvidia and some filings and some announcements. I kind of think Leopold taking 20% houses that risk, which maybe you think is a retarded take, but I think in a lot of ways it houses that risk and it sort of offsets it. Like, okay, they're shady, but then the most trusted, most copy traded guy in the world buys a fifth of the company. The two things sort of balance out. If anything, this overtakes the helm. And so I usually am not, I don't know, buying stuff that has fraud allegations and things of this nature. But it seemed significant that it would be the company he owns the highest percentage of. It felt like I had to take a stab at it. So I'm down like 6% or something, 5%. At the moment, it's not on leverage, which I guess is nice for now. Won't be nice if it goes up. And I'm not married to the bag at all, but I am in, and it felt worth sharing. Also, there's this take, which is like, yeah, so it was this Rittenhouse research that published I can maybe bring them on if you'd like, published the hit piece about Shaw's. Did you read the Simon Russo interview on Market Wizards yet? No. Let me see. No. Never heard of him. No, it's just Rittenhouse research. But he made this like crazy bear post. And it was this quote tweeted, said, Shaw's classic activist short sellers can't admit when they're wrong. Used to be one of them. You get trapped in this perpetual loop. You feel unjustified as the market turns on you. But as an old saying goes, bears sound smart and bulls make money. All the research this guy's did here was basic desktop research, nothing game changer. And so, yeah, you can do all the research in the world, but if Leopold Aschenbrenner comes in and buys 20% of your fucking stock that you're short, you're getting blown out. You could do all the research you want and fade a meme coin because it's bundled or it's a scam. But if Ansem starts retweeting and bull posting, you're getting blown out. End of the day, there's nothing you can do about it. That's just part of the game. So that's where I'm at with Shaw's. I thought it was interesting. And this might be a significant node in the Leopold story as well. Like, if this thing blows up in his face, I think people are going to start to get a little bit like, what exactly is going on here? Why did he take this position? It definitely muddies. I don't know if it, yeah, like maybe muddies things a little bit. So, how long do you plan on holding? I'm a price action guy, so a couple days, couple weeks. I don't know, a couple weeks max, or below 76. I'm out. I'm out below 76. Could go a little longer, maybe below bottom wick here, 73, 74, but it would not make me super happy. All right, one more thing to cover before market close is there seems like a boring trade. I mean, now it has a catalyst, man. It's like the best trader in the world right now bought a fifth of the company. My brain cannot function any other way but to close my eyes and slam, something like that. So, second is Circle is in big trouble. Circle is in big, big, big trouble right now, I think. An announcement came out, and Visa and Stripe are launching a stablecoin known as OpenUSD. So Visa and Stripe and the Bank of New York Mellon Corp are among the financial firms introducing a stablecoin as part of a strategy to broaden the appeal of digital money movement technology. Open Standard will issue a US dollar-backed stablecoin known as OpenUSD, which will be integrated into the systems of its more than 100 supporters, including BlackRock and Coinbase. Coinbase. You mean the Circle proxy? Yes, Coinbase. Earnings from the reserves backing Open Standards token will be shared among the venture's partners, minus a small management fee to cover operational costs, with the goal of creating a stablecoin with neutral governance and shared economics. So yeah, this is a big deal. It's a big deal because Coinbase is involved, and Coinbase is like a Circle proxy. They love Circle, and so yeah, this is the same. I guess it's the same announcement. Coinbase heartbreak Circle. Breakup looking imminent with Coinbase joining the tech TradFi stablecoin Cortism, with Circle launching ARC to compete with Coinbase's permits business products and Base. In the coming months, contract ends in August. They'll amicably go their separate ways, quiet into the night. So first and foremost, this was a sick trade. Like if it went, I actually didn't really clock this or pay attention. I was having like a midlife crisis this morning, to be completely honest with you. It's pretty I was like depressed this morning, but I'm over it. God, why is the copy paste is broken? Why does it not work anymore? Fuck. It's really annoying. Plus 95% on Circle Short on Pit message. Thank you, TG. You should tweet that. You should definitely tweet that, brother. Of course. Damn, it's not letting me copy paste anymore. I want to see 717. My clock is old. So damn, my clock is so fried. I don't even know where it is. I mean, I guess you could pretty clearly see where the announcement happened, right here. And so you had entry on this. Also, Z-score was going crazy on this candle. So like you could have got the Z-score alert on this candle right here at 69. You could have bought the bottom of that candle, let it bounce for a little bit, and then bink like a 10% in a straight line. Really, no, I haven't talked Saylor. We'll do Saylor after close. You could bink 10% in a really straight line on Circle. I mean, the clear problem here is that I have some numbers written down, is that Circle pays Coinbase half its revenue for distribution. Circle pays Coinbase half its revenue for distribution. Coinbase comes out and says, fuck you, we're going to compete with you. Coinbase also helped bring USDC to Hyperliquid, to Shopify, its own order books. But it's obvious once this contract is over in August, they're going to be split. At the same time, every major financial institution in the world is coming after the stablecoin moat. Visa, all these people are coming after it. All the banks, all the financial institutions, everyone is coming after stablecoin moat. And so if you really look at this objectively, like Circle's revenue is terrible. They have horrible splits with Coinbase. They've just been getting cooked in these deals the whole way through. And their only moat or edge has been they've been the only investable stablecoin so far. Like you couldn't get Tether equity, and Athena and these things are untradeable. And so Circle was the only thing you could buy. It was a public company. If you wanted exposure to stablecoins, you could buy Circle. But it's getting to the point now where you could buy whichever one you want. Pick of the lot. Pick of the litter. Why would you buy Circle? It has no moat anymore. And so I don't think you ever see another Circle all-time high ever again. USDC is great. I love USDC. Use it a lot. But there's no reason Circle ever makes a new all-time high ever again. Just calling a spade a spade. So pretty brutal day for them. It's probably short into oblivion. If you took did anyone take the trade today? Another thing here is like, okay, so I took a second to look at this, which I think is one of the most important crypto metrics of all time, is stablecoin market cap. And Scott Besson famously came out in like late 25 and said he thinks the stablecoin market cap will hit 3 trillion by 2030. And so you could think of the stablecoin market cap as the tightest proxy for how much money's on chain. Took it at 69.8. Thank you for pitch shout out. Of course, brother. Congratulations. Wow. A couple people hit it. Good job, guys. If you hit the trade. Good. That makes me so happy. If you ever hit a trade from the pit, tell me in chat. It makes me so happy. You could think of stablecoin market cap as the amount of money that's on chain in crypto, ready to deploy into coins. Basically, every time the market's going up, this is going up. So like, look, 2020, it goes up in a straight line. It tops in April 2022. Made 10K circle short. Thanks, thread. Let's fucking go, bro. 2020, 2020, March. Up only. It goes down only in the bear market. It bottoms in January 2024. Right where Pump Fun launches. It goes up fucking only all through 24, pauses, up only through 2025, and it peaks on, guess what day it peaks? 10/10/2025. It peaks. And then it just goes flat, 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 flat. Has a little bit of a pump, and it's now the same price of total market cap as we had on 10/10/2025. And so the real take here is that until stablecoin market cap is going up and going up significantly, I don't think you see any sustained on-chain activity. Because you could look at volume, you could look at total wallets, but the end of the day is the best metric is total money. Like, you know, our equivalent of M2. How much, this is like our equivalent of M2. How much money is there on chain ready to deploy? And while this is flat, you're not, in my opinion, going to see any sustained on-chain activity. You'll see pockets and we'll have moments, but there's no new money. And this is telling you there's no new money. And so even though every financial institution in the world is racing to get action into stable coins, it's not showing up on the charts. It's not. It is not showing up on the charts. Also, brother, you do not wish you were on CT for 10/10. I promise you don't. Also, if you're on YouTube, Twitter, you want to chat, Twitch TV / threadguy. You do not wish you were on CT in 10/10. It was a brutal day, dude. It was so brutal. Oh. Oh, God. What a day that was. Just disgusting. Also, yeah, it is trading like he fat-fingered a lot. But, you know, what are you going to do? All right. Wasn't that... Yeah, by the way, I had the best stream of my life on 10/10 like an hour before. It's crazy. Fucking crazy. All right. I'm going to get up real quick. When I come back, you already know what we're going to do. Also, the guy who said you convinced me to run an ML model for sports betting today. Word. That's sick. Tap me in on it. So you like when I do these like these lower segments. Maybe we'll start doing some fucking poker live or something. I don't know. I enjoy edge games. It's very fun. All right, I'm gonna get up real quick. Be back very shortly. Greg asking about TG's Twitter apology video as a top 5 stream moment. Dude, Kawhi to the Raptors. What the fuck is going on? Kawhi Leonard to the Raptors? Your music taste has expanded, brother. I don't think Coinbase created Circle. I don't think that's true. But also LeBron. Ugh. There's no way to describe the Lakers LeBron era as a diehard Lakers fan other than a disappointment. Sorry. I'm sorry. Oh, that's probably a bad idea. Bloom. What happened? What's the Saylor drama? We'll get there. What the fuck? What the hell? What's the fucking announcement? Nothing. No news anywhere. How is there no news anywhere? All right. Well. Oh my god. Oh my god. I mean, that's a fucking. Oh my god. Thank you. He's so late. How is he so late? Negligible cap, dude. You're late, brother. Really late. Brookfield and Bloom Energy expand AI infrastructure partnership to $25 billion. Wow. Wow. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. All right. You already know what we need to do. I look down at the clock and I first ask if you're on YouTube and Twitter and you would like to chat, especially for this segment, twitch.tv/threadguy. Second, Mark, get I don't know. You already know what I want to know. What are you buying? What are you selling? What do you like? What do you hate? What did you make money on? What did you lose money on? What are you looking at? What did you stop looking at? What would you like to buy? What would you like to sell? What ticker do you want to just shout out? TG gift top loss and someone gift 1,000 subs. Your biggest mistake is thinking I want 1,000 subs. Lighter robo strategy. Nice. Buy World on Soul. Still holding Rocket Lab from yesterday morning. Is it up? SpaceX PP. Nice. Hype long for 4th of July weekend. Lighter. Hype. God, I hope hype is good. What else? Bloom Energy pumping. Long Soul in the YouTube chat. What else? Don't fade Bloom Energy. IBB. Nothing else. Is it up today? I hope it's up today. I root for you, Greg. Hype looks good always. Considering WMG Warner Music short soon. What's the thesis? You're always on some fun shit. Why? Long lighter. NQ futures long. Gold long stretch short. Long UPS. Why? ABVX took off. Bloom. Shut up, paste. Holy Rich. Is it still going? Oh my god, it is. It's 10% now. Oh my god. And Apple. Long Cheesecake Factory. Why? I need thesis. Oh my god, it's 11% now. Why? Frank, you're late. We've been looking at it, twin. Good for this market bloom news. I agree. I saw a thread guy walk around New York with a Floyd. Nah, you're good, Frank. Shut up, paste. Flood, we are all cuffing girlfriends this year. What else? Cheesecake Factory benefit your stock is down and slowly curling back up. Cheesecake Factory, brother. Chat. When's the last time we went to the Cheesecake Factory? Oh my god, like building God. They're building God in Silicon Valley. You're talking about the Cheesecake Factory. It's just like I can't. I'm struggling with that. Shout out Daily Jerker. All right. Let's go. First and foremost, the SPX comes in, up 0.8. My friends and I have mostly been trolling each other with AI music, and it made me think about this. Dude, you know the Charlie Kirk song? We're All Charlie Kirk charted on the top Billboard Top 100, and nobody's talked about it. No one covered that anywhere. You know what charted on the top Billboard Top 100? Nobody talked about it anywhere. Crazy. All right, SPX comes in up 0.8%, $7,500. This SPY for 740. Dude, you should check pit comments. What happened? Oh, it's a Drake song? Oh my god, dude. I thought the meme coin kids infiltrated for a second. I got actually afraid. Okay, cool. I'll play it after. SPY's 746 up 0.76%. Q's up 1.7. The Nasdaq 100 is up 1.7. Monster. The Dow up 0.26. DRAM with a sick day. Let's go on the daily real quick. Looking nice. Flood. His memory still top. It's up 3%. The mags of 1.3 as well. They extend their daily gain to 3 in a row. That's rare. Shaw should not be on this list. The semi index is about to make a new all-time high. It's up 4.3 today. The IBB extends its gains up 0.2, and the IGV is up 0.8%. The worst coin of all time, but somehow it finds a way. Crypto, ugh. Bitcoin, so bad. I don't understand how everybody convinced themselves that they are bullish on Bitcoin after the sale. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong about this. Let's read. We'll read the flood tweet as well. But I struggle with the Bitcoin thing. I mean, it is scary down here, man. It is horrifying. Nike earnings in 2 minutes. It is scary down here. I'm not touching BTC, but what I am touching is this hyperliquid thing. This hyperliquid thing looks great, and I don't believe that Bitcoin's underperformance should stop Hype's outperformance. And this thing looks fucking great. So I do have a Hype position open right now. Maybe it's a board trade because I probably shouldn't leverage trade it, but I'm in it. I think it looks great. Zcash we're not covering in this segment anymore. Solana is $73, and I'm sorry, I just don't think it looks that good. I'm not a Solana buyer until significantly higher, as it goes with Sol. Stretch is at $84 right now. Not great, but not the worst. Bond yields are up across the board. Gold flat. Copper up 1.3. Silver men is up 1.6. I still don't think it looks great. ETH is God. I think Mando's still short ETH, and this might turn into be a monster. This is just bad. Is bad. The Monero is somehow still on this list. Is down 3.5% today. Moving on. Oil, crude oil down 1%. I think it's crazy. It's the lowest it's been since March 1st. Brent oil as well. Lowest it's been since February 27th, man. Palantir's up 1% along with all of defense. And then what we care about right now, big AI, semis, memory, everything in between. Let's check Nike real quick. I got you. Earnings guide. It's Nike. Crushed earnings. Why don't they have ticker Nike? Why is it NKE? It's up 0.5% after hours. Nobody cares. Nike's so dead. I'm sorry. It's up 1%. Nobody cares. It's so dead. I bet, is Lululemon up more on the Nike beat? No. It looks terrible. But anyways, first and foremost, RoboStrategy this is a fun stock. Look at the volume on this thing. It's very notable, by the way. Some very crazy volume on it right now. It's up 20% today, and all of a sudden it starts looking pretty juicy. We've covered this, I think, very extensively, all things considered. I think the pit likes this stock. Does anyone here hold this? This is a stock I would be inclined to like. I don't have any, but I seem to be drawn to it. I have some. Yeah, it's up how much? We're up 40% from when Kang announced he was CEO. Chart is pretty schizo. But Citrini posted an article today about the robotics trade. Maybe this, I think this might have been a catalyst. Bro, stock ticker numbers. We're gonna get there, brother. Come on, take a fucking breath, man. Take a fucking breath. Sandisk is up 11. Bloom Energy up 10%, then up another 9 after hours. Look at this thing go. Just fucking candling Bloom Energy. AMD was up 8% intraday. That's a $1 trillion stock up 8% is horrifying. Look at it. So strong. Marvell up 7. All of a sudden it looks good again, about to reclaim 300. Intel up 6. Redwire space stock, that's up 5. Shaw's is up 5 today, but not really because it all happened post-market yesterday. This is trading right now at 84.51. I'm entered at 89. So we'll see if I get rinsed on this. SpaceX had a really nice day, by the way. I wanted to enter 160. I didn't do it. It's at 170 right now, up 4%. Dell up 4 as well. It's a Trump stock. Continuing, Rocket Lab up 3, continuing a strong day after their acquisition yesterday. Apple up 2.5. Mags had a good day today. Maybe gonna fill a gap here, back to like 300. Nvidia up 2.5. Again, Mags had a good day. Cerebras up another 2.5 and is 221, up 0.5% after hours. Looks strong. Tesla as well. I don't really know what happened with Tesla, but it's, again, I said a while ago I'm avoiding this to the short side because the merger fear is real on Tesla. Get me the fuck away from Tesla. So I'm going to do just that and stay the fuck away. Nokia up 2%. IBM, which I'm in, is a fun one, man. I mean, it's kind of boring, but again, I entered on this Quantum Day thing because it seemed significant. I entered right here, and then I've just sort of been sitting in it. I don't know. I haven't really gotten tested at any point. I thought it was kind of putting around the top. Higher we go. And so I'm going to just stay in, I think I have a target on this, something like, I put it in a trade like this, like, I like these like 3 to 1. I'll show you what I put in. I put in, I don't know how to find it on here. Long position, long position, long position. Am I tripping? Thank you. I put it in something like this. I think my average entry is like 158. I put the stop like right here, and then I went for like 3 to 1. So maybe my target is like here. I'm kind of just gonna sit in it. I think it's kind of boring, but it doesn't trade that much volume either. On Hyperliquid, which is gonna be kind of difficult for me to. I'm like 10% of the OI. It's gonna be hard for me to get out actually. But the US is making such a strong quantum push, and they kind of just like threw this one as a layup. I felt like, so I've just kind of been sitting in it, like not doing anything, hanging out. My trading's been kind of boring recently. I haven't had many spots to do much of anything, which is fine. It's part of the game. So I'm sitting in that. Micron flat today. Google flat. Biggest losers: Sive down 3, QCOM down 2, Oracle down another 1. Oracle is just a fucking down only piss missile, which is unfortunate. And Amazon down 0.75. It had a sick day yesterday, and it had like a significant day on the Z-score. Look, this is 9 on the Z-score. Had some announcements too, to be fair, yesterday. But that's loaded as a significant day. Yeah, loaded as a significant day. What was the announcement yesterday? Man discovered Z-score for the first time. Yeah, no, I'm telling you that I have. I've came here and said I discovered Z-Score for the first time. Kind of like it. Yeah, that's exactly what happened. Daily Jerker. Thanks for the narration. It's exactly what happened. All right. Some of our more like consumer names, SaaS, everything else. Nebius leads the way. Leopold Aschenbrenner. That is up 6%. Hymns, which I love. I love Hymns. Is also up an additional 4%. It's like all this bio stuff. Lily's getting motion. IBB's getting motion. Hymns seems to be getting motion. I love Hymns. What do you think of book map with trading view? I don't know what that is, but I can look after. Carvana up 3, Caterpillar up 3. I think Burry short. Sweet Green up 3. Man discovers 5 for the first time. Are you taking the pills? No, I'm not. I'm gonna start taking a different one. It was fucking with me, dude. I couldn't keep going. Finasteride. I couldn't keep going. Enhanced games up 1.2. Snapchat up half. Biggest losers. AMC. Oh, I didn't even talk about this. I sold yesterday. I sold AMC at 204 for a 5% gain. And the very frustrating one. This was a very frustrating one, to be honest with you, because I felt like it was a very contrarian trade. I felt like I was Whitey Wood's good. I felt like I was deeply correct on something nobody else was even looking at, on a fun thesis everybody was subconsciously shilling. And I got beat by something out of my wheelhouse after being up a lot. This was a really frustrating one. I'm gonna be so honest with you. This was kind of tilting. It is what it is, though. Sometimes you have to let it go. That's just part of the game. I didn't lose money, and again, a lot of times I turn big wins into big losses. This is what a leak in my game I'm trying to fix. I fixed it with SpaceX. Next goal would be to stop round tripping stuff, but this one just fucking. Jesse Livermore has this like. What is the Jesse Livermore ism in reminiscence of a stock operator when something completely out of your control fucks the trade? I don't know what he calls it exactly. He's like a term for it. Yeah, like I don't know, the unknown unknowns. Act of God. Thank you. I've been trying to figure this out for like 3 months. Thank you for saying that. Oh my God. Thank you. Holy fuck. Tulip King. That's it. Act of God. Thank you, dude. Thank you. Did you know Jesse Livermore's granddaughter is Brandy Love? I did. Thank you. It's an act of God. He tells a story, Jesse Livermore, about how in the great bull run of 1908, there was this like commodity super cycle, and he looked across the sea and he saw that he thought cocoa or like coffee beans were gonna go on a crazy run. They hadn't pumped yet, and they were breaking out of like a 10-year range. And so he buys like 5% of the cocoa market or the coffee bean market. And the coffee stores freak out because their margins are going to get cooked. And the coffee stores of America basically create a union. And I'm retelling the story a little bit wrong, but I think I'm generally close. The coffee stores of America unionize and they go to Capitol Hill and rally to the president and the admin that speculators are destroying coffee and they're going to destroy the market for coffee. They're going to raise prices, and everybody loves coffee. It's American to like coffee. And what they're doing is anti-American. And the admin was like, you know what? I agree. It's anti-American to drive up coffee prices because you want to speculate on the fucking market. Fuck you. And they put price controls on coffee. And he was in the process of making one of his greatest trades of all time. And an act of God came out of nowhere and binked him in the fucking face, and he lost money on the trade. And he's like, there's nothing you can do about it. It's an act of God. It happens. And that is what happened with AMC. It was an act of God. thesis right, entry right, size right, everything's correct. But they bink you in the face with dilution. There's nothing you can do about it. Also, yeah, this is nuts. It's now 14% after hours. Bloom Energy's 345. What a move. What a fucking move. This is what I would have liked Shaw's to move like, and it's just not going to do that, it seems. That's really what I would have liked it to move like. It's just not going to do it. But sick trade, Frank. But it's what you call an act of God. It's out of your fucking hands. So anyways, they were biggest loser. Butterfly, the mid-journey thing is down 5.5% as well. MSTR down 6. Figure down 5, Uber down 4, Coinbase down 3, Airbnb down another 3. This isn't a just like ugly chart. DraftKings down 2. Dilution is not an act of God. Yeah, it is. If I lose money, it's an act of God. It's not me. Hood down 1.5, IBK down 1.3, Nike. Look at this. Double crush. It's down 2.5 after a double beat. It's disgusting. This chart just cannot get a break. Disgusting. Reddit down half, StubHub down 0.3, and eBay is up 1 percentage point. Altcoins, I don't think there's that much work. Oh my god, everything's red. XBL down 15. Athena down 10. Chip down 6. VVV is $12. Pump down 5. Oh my god. Grass down 5. This is so bad. Ugh. Horrid. All right, Cheesecake Factory. Why not? What do you got? What do you got for me? It's up 0.2%. What? Wow. My bad. Sorry. What's going on here? It's a $4 billion company. Cheesecake Factory stocks over 50%. There's room for more cake. Oh my god. Why do you hold this? I do a lot of market research at Cheesecake Factory. IRL's back. Cheesecake Factory. Maybe. I'm not sure I love that as a proxy. It's clearly the IRL trade. People like to eat in person. I know, but the Cheesecake Factory? But it's like, it's where you, but it's the opposite of like GLP maxing. I don't want to eat a fucking cheesecake. There's no amount of sweets that taste better than being skinny feels. Honestly, like I don't love the Cheesecake Factory. Nothing tastes better than being skinny feels. Also, cheesecake is like the OG like slop machine. What about McDonald's? McD? Yeah, nothing tastes as good as being skinny feels. Sorry. All right, what the fucking Bloom Energy? Let's see. Bloom Energy up 15%. But like, why are we both posting Bitcoin? Bro, with the Kate Moss quote. Oh, WMG. I kind of like this, dude. This is actually, we should do a thesis on this. What is gonna happen when AI music really hits the field? Is it coming? Is it coming? I'm almost shocked it's taking this long. Whoa. Dude, I feel like it's being gate kept. I posted about the threadguy Drake's not even better. I feel like it's being gate kept, and the SZA crash out gave me a moment of like, whoa, 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 whoa. Threadguy Drake. Wait, what is this? You made this? It's a Threadguy Drake song? What are you talking about? Wait.
Iceman, counterparty, try dipping low. Numbers sliding fast, market is cold. I just wanna bag. Talk to me, thread guy. Talk to me, thread guy. Start the life. Start the life. Watch the bulls cry. Sell into the buys. Laugh as the market dies. Laugh as the market dies. The poly market glow. Bitcoin cloud frozen in a bag. Two-piece suit white as snow. Boy, thread guy by the out. Chart dipping low. Numbers sliding fast. Market is cold. I just wanna bag. Talk to me, thread guy. Talk to me, thread guy. Start the life. Start the life. Watch the bulls cry. Sell into the buys. Laugh as the market dies. Laugh as the market dies. Can only afford noodles for dinner. My phantom wallet looking thinner. Kevin Ward turned all the money printer. My bitch left me for a winner. Chart dipping low. Numbers sliding fast. Market is cold. I just wanna bag. Talk to me, thread guy. Talk to me, thread guy. Start the life. Start the life. Watch the bulls cry. Sell into the buys. Laugh as the market dies. Laugh as the market dies. Laugh as the market dies. Laugh as the market dies.
How long did that take to make? Oh my god. 20 seconds? It took 20 seconds to make that? 3-sentence prompt? Oh. Oh. Wait. That was a 3-second prompt. 3-sentence prompt. What's AI Funkin'? Who's the AI artist? Wait. What is the Phoenix Flexin? This guy's an AI? I don't understand. There's another AI artist called Slime Dot. Wait, hold on. Hold on. Slime dot AI song. Also, chat, give me a prompt. Give me a prompt. This is also AI, guaranteed. No, I love this song. Wait, I love this song. This is AI. I can't tell. It doesn't mention AI at all. I'm confused. AI many men. What are you talking about? What do you mean AI many men? How do? What is AI many men? Like where? Like the jazz version? Like what are you talking about? This? It's old.
Any man. Wish death upon me.
Dude, come on. I mean, come on.
Have you heard what they're doing with AI music?
Lord,
Dude, come on with this shit.
Blood in my door, and I can't see. I'm trying to be what I'm destined to be, and men trying to take my life away. I put a hole in a man for messing with me.
Wait, hold on.
My back on the
Wait, hold on. Is there anything else like a because most of this is slop, but that first thing I heard was incredible. Wait. Wait. I know what to do actually. I know what to do. Obviously, this is what we should do. This is what we should do.
You can try, you can watch, but you'll never take my place. Stamp that. I'm a phenomenal black woman built from the best.
This went #1. Thank you. I'm struggling over here. Wow. All right. Okay, wait. Let me tell it to make a market. Can we talk market? There's a trade here. Take a fucking. Make me a. All right, let me let this cook. Wait, I gotta make an account. Hold on. Oh my god, clearly you guys had no fucking foresight. GG support on World War 3 and challenge best in the oil, but now he's listening to dog shit ASL. You clearly have no fucking idea what the inability to see more than 1 second ahead is like baffling. Oh my god. Hold on. Biggest public. No, I'm kidding. I love you too. Biggest public record label. Sony Music Entertainment. Is it public just as Sony Music Entertainment? Hold on. Sony Music. No, it's not. Wait. What you're about to do is a board trade. What are the biggest public record label companies, ideally the most directly music only related? And then let's check this. Wait.
Three guy, money on the screen. Best trader in the world, making money every day. Red candles turning green, watch the balance fly away. I'm a king in a check. Buy low, sell high, trade I never going flat. Got the charts in my eye. Best trader,
use the Cardi tag.
Buy.
Thank you. I was about to say this shit is terrible. This shit is terrible. Wait. Let me make one more. Hold on. Wait. Tag it with Cardi. All right, we'll come back to it. Let me check this. The biggest is Universal Music Group. Dude, what I heard was crazy. I'm not gonna lie. What I just played was not. Wow, this has been down only. This is fucking getting destroyed. It's a $35 billion company. This is getting crushed. Warner Music Group is the second. Oh my god, these are all just like getting crushed. $14 billion getting crushed. Believe. Wow, it's really these two, and they look terrible. Wow. I did not realize music industry was like.
Cartier frames on the big screen. Stack up profit. Winning the trade like a king in his prime. 100 bags up every time.
Wow.
Look at the candle. See it's on green. He got the vision.
Wow.
Making a scene. Trey got a ball, lost in the high. Trey got reaching up to the sky. Get the paper. Doing it daily. He went to buy him a new white Mercedes. Trey got buying lows in the high. Trey got reaching up to the sky. Getting the paper. Doing it daily. Charts look pretty in the morning light. Numbers are moving. Bullets momentum when they enter the room.
Well, all right. Add a new thing to our list here on fucking music is cooked. Dude, look at this. SZA AI music. Crash out. Wait, what is this? Wait. SZA AI music crash out. SZA hits out at disgusting AI after learning. So like, look at this. Posting on Instagram stories, she shares the result of a search of her name on an AI music database. The search allegedly revealing 238 of her songs have been used in AI training data sets. Just checked, and music AI is trained off of 238 of my songs. I'm certain some unreleased. If you're a musician, you support this degenerate shit. You're disgusting, and there's nothing you could ever say to make this okay. I hope you have lived the life you deserve. She's been a longtime critic of AI. Da 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 da. Damn. Yeah. This is crazy. The thing about it is like, yeah, in theory, she should get paid for it. But LLMs are trade off of the entire. Like, LLMs are trade off the entire internet. Everything that's ever been created on the internet ever. And so it leaves sort of a tough spot. Like, what are you supposed to do? Yeah, thanks for your contribution to the singularity. Wow, that is jarring. What I just experienced, Wavy 80. I'm not gonna lie. That is fucking jarring. All my artists. What do you mean all your artists? What exactly does that mean? Yeah, wow. That was a fucking segment and a half. Okay, let's talk about Michael Saylor really quick. That first Drake song was so good, dude. So Bitcoin's getting crushed and it looks terrible. And you know, the main thing, I guess, that I didn't really take away from yesterday, I told you all of the updates strategy was doing, but I didn't really tell you, like, I didn't really put the picture together, is Michael Saylor has basically come out and said that he is going to. Oh, you're an artist manager? No way. That's fucking awesome. He basically came out and said that he's going to be trading strategy like it's a hedge fund. Okay, they're going to be buying, they're going to be selling, they're going to be buying lows, buying lows, selling highs, and accumulating as much Bitcoin as humanly possible. Let me see this Poly Micro will load. I got throttle my computer, bro. Let me see. Okay, cool. That's a decent. Well, they announced holding 1 million Bitcoin by December. So here's the problem, okay? The problem is, well, there's like a lot of problems. But somehow people convince themselves that they're going to be bullish on the announcements that Strategy just made. But I think that this company is so brutally set up for failure, it's not even funny. And so Saylor's basically come out and said, we are going to trade Bitcoin. We're basically a hedge fund, but we don't have the certifications of hedge funds, but we're basically going to be a hedge fund. And the only asset we're going to trade is Bitcoin. And so he's basically said we're a hedge fund with the most brutally difficult criteria you could ever try to pass. Number one, they're a hedge fund that's starting $15 billion in the hole. Okay, so imagine taking over a fund and you're $15 billion in the hole to start. Second is they have shown a pitiful ability to time entries and to time exits. Like, horrific. Their execution is so garbage. It's almost difficult to imagine how he pulls it off. Third is there is only, I think, 10, maybe 5 hedge funds in the world that manage 50 billion plus. Like 5. There's like 5 to 10 total in the world that manage $50 billion AUM. Like, there's none. It's like it's just reserved for the elite of the elite of the elite of the elite of the fucking elite. And so there's an extremely limited amount of money managers that are capable of running this size. And all of this on top of the only asset they're able to trade is fucking Bitcoin. That's it. Bitcoin, bro. That's all they can trade is Bitcoin. Bitcoin. That's it. They can't buy stocks. They can't buy memory. They can't buy Micron. They can't buy the things that go up. The only thing they can trade is Bitcoin. And so I'm really not sure that there's a fund manager on planet Earth that's living right now or dead that could take over this position and profitably trade and directionally trade Bitcoin minus $15 billion to start with. And by the way, they owe $1.7 billion every year in perpetuity for as long as this company exists, forever. And so somehow, I don't know, people have like convinced themselves that this is bullish. And I'm like, man, the only thing they did was kick the can down the road. That's it. They said, we'll deal with this a little bit later. That's the only thing that they did. And so, yeah, I mean, I don't know. People convince themselves, can't they stop the dividend whenever? Yes, but they could pause it. They can't stop it. They can pause it. They can pause the dividend. They cannot stop it. They cannot stop it. And so Michael Saylor has created a fucking crater hole in Bitcoin. And I don't really know what would stop it. Trump making 600 million in royalties is crazy. Wait, let me take a look at this. Wow, thanks. LMAO, easy. Trump reports receiving over 500 million in proceeds from crypto token sales by World Liberty Financial. My God. Trump reports earning over 600 million from meme coins in financial disclosure. Yeah, this is a good one. Trump discloses he owns over 100 million in Bitcoin and ETH. No way. Does that make it move? Certainly not, right? No. Of course not. Why would it make it move? Why would that make it go up? Why would that make it go up? How stupid could you be to think that would make it go up? Yeah, that's fine, man. Huh. What a weird. Dude. Stop. US government released Trump's financial disclosure showing that crypto assets including over 100 million in Bitcoin and ETH. They spelled it wrong. They spelled ETH wrong. They spelled it ETHERIUM under disclosure. Are you kidding me? It's so over, dude. It is so fucking over. Oh my God. They spelled Ethereum wrong. It should go down. I mean, it should go down on that. I'm sorry. What about World Liberty Fi? Nice. It's also tiring. Crazy. Dude, he spelled it Ethereum. Oh my God. Professional sports betting completely cooked. They'll limit you within days. Yeah. You just joined. Why did you just say that? You were listening to earlier? Wow. This is insane. It's so over. Wow. So Okay, I guess let's just like continue the discussion if it's so over. Also YouTube, if you want to chat, Twitch TV says that guy, yada yada yada. Cool, we know. Let's just continue the discussion if it's so over. All right. Everybody came out of the woodwork yesterday because Ansem Coin, in a impressive turn of events, is trading at $133 million first and foremost. Just genuinely impressive on the Ansem Coin. And everybody came out of the woodworks yesterday from Luke Belmar has made an appearance and is tweeting that he will be the savior of the trenches. And I don't know. He's gonna make meme coins great again. I don't know. I'll airdrop more supply than any other KOL. I love you all. The next 30 days belong to Luke Belmar. I'm the king of internet memes. This is 2024 with the market cap be for Ansem for Luke Belmar. Ansem, probably a B. I don't know. And so, I don't know. There was the TJR thing. I was watching stream this morning. It's kind of I don't know. It's kind of a disaster. I don't know. It was kind of a disaster, not like a crazy one. But let me turn this TV off. I mean, look, I don't have that much to say. Okay, I'm giga impressed with the Ansem coin over 2 days. PA. Everything else is a complete like beta to this. Is like we're just launching coins. Like it's a complete disaster. I would run away from it. So I'm completely uninterested in any of this except for maybe this. But I think he made a decent post that I think is worth reading because I asked him like, why does it feel like deja vu with the celebrity stuff? And my short-sightedness with celebrities was because I assumed they would have the same moral compass as me. It would not want to rug their millions of supporters for a few $1 million. I was very wrong on the assumption, yes, and will not make that mistake twice. However, I'm not a celebrity, nor do I have any plans of rugging people, and I genuinely believe that there is a way to do this in a net positive way for everyone. Bringing new eyes to crypto, onboarding new people through something they can also speculate on, giving leaders and liquidity in the trenches again to the bottom of the bear market, and then directing this newly gained attention towards solid protocols and founders in crypto doing meaningful things for the industry. Dogecoin was a massive onboarding event for crypto. Daily Jerker, brother. Chill the fuck out, man. And some people made life-changing retirement money on it. It still trades at 11 billion and launched at 0. Bonk revitalized Solana at the peak of lows during FTX crash and airdropped supply to core devs and teams at a time when said it was at peak lows and also retired a lot of people in the process during the following bull market. I've been in crypto since 2017, quit my software engineering job in 21, have my own trading app, and am co-founder with Bullpen. I have my own podcast I'm running with Market Bubble. I've been all in crypto for nearly a decade. I do not have any malicious intent. I've supported a lot of DGen coins in the past and always get dumped by anons. I don't know who bundled the coin way before I even knew about it and used me as attention to do so. This is the first project I ever talked about in which I have control of the majority of supply and can use it whichever way I see fit. And I'm pretty good at maintaining attention during bull markets. So look, I think it's a good post. You kind of know where I stand with a lot of the meme coin stuff, but I didn't hate this take from Easy. I bookmarked it. I didn't hate this take. I think going all back in and relying on meme coins is a step back for Solana. Not even.
See, I don't fully agree. I actually don't agree on that, personally. I think that in general, it's like the path of least resistance is what I continue to think about. I continue to go back to the path of least resistance. And I think meme coins are a good foot in the door. And I think a lot of people overthink that. I think in general, We can be upset that memes are driving a lot of volume. And I think you can be upset that we are seeing a resurgence in memes for attention. I do agree with part of it. I do agree with part of it because I don't think memes are what's going to send Solana back to $290. I agree with that. I don't think $290 Solana is going to be because of meme coins and the volume that meme coins bring. I think that that's fair. But I think meme coins are a good onboarding tool into crypto. And I think that's more of what we're seeing is a resurgence here, a move,
I think it's a fine take that memes could play some role in the foot in the door concept, bringing people back, getting some activity going, getting some excitement going. But I'm pretty just anti, man. I wonder, again, I tell this story all the time. Like, Stanley Druckenmiller was given head honcho role at this fund super, super, super early. And the reason they gave him the role so much earlier than he deserved it is because they said, you're not jaded. You are not stuck with 5 years of bear market experience. You don't know how bad it can get. And because you don't know how bad it can get, you're going to be able to slam and gas it as far as you need to for us to really make it, for our fund to really return. And I wonder, sometimes I think like, man, do I know too much? Did I spend too much time here? Have I experienced one too many cycles? Like, I don't know. Is that going to be something that holds me back? Am I missing trades because of that? Like, maybe. At the same time, I feel like I've just seen, like, if you experience 2024 and the aftermath, and maybe I had a, particularly jarring aftermath, it's hard to convince yourself that this is some sort of like, it's hard to convince yourself you could declare the trenches back. I don't know. I was told to put the MacD Gods tweet. This I agree with. I'll actually give you a take on this. Pretty cool. Solana Foundation has a top-down directive to push RWA's perps and payments. Meme coins are Solana's lowest CAC. Lowest CAC channel, but if you become known as the meme chain, it becomes harder to convince institutions and developers that you're the best place to build real on-chain businesses. Best case is the foundation stays focused on pushing serious stuff while the community handles top-line user acquisition through memes. I think it's beautifully said. And it's like, I don't want to hold my meme coins on Hyperliquid for the same reason I want to hold my stocks on Solana. Or like the same reason I want to hold my stocks on Pump Fun. Difficult to break that mental barrier, I think. I don't want to hold my memes on Hyperliquid. It's like I'm serious over there. Hyperliquid. Difficult to break that mental barrier, I think. And if you become too focused on meme, and then some serious developer looks, and they're like, what the fuck? What am I gonna do with this? And so I don't know, like, people can look at me and be like, you're fucking boring and lame and cringe and whatever, and I'm, rooting on the downfall of crypto. It's not even worth refuting it anymore. I sort of just want to trade. I want to trade things that I think I can make money on. I think I have edge in. And I don't think that I can win the meme coin game right now. I just don't. I don't think I can win the meme coin game. It could have won Ansem. That would have been nice. Objectively. That would have been nice. But the rest of these, like, I just can't get myself to play. I can't get excited about TJR coin. I just can't. Like, sorry, I can't. As much as I would love to, maybe my life would be more fun if I could, but I can't. I cannot get excited about it. That's the vape cobalt for tickers. It's like, no, it's not going to do it for me. So that's kind of where I stand on the whole on-chain thing. And Bloom Energy's up like 30% today. It's hard to get so hype about memes when Bloom Energy's up 30% a day. That's really what it is. All right, one more thing that's kind of funny. and relevant and just on the topic of every game is rigged. Susquehanna, which is one of the biggest funds, has come out and they are crying in. You want to come to Rip with me in St. Bart's this week? Yeah, in theory. I'm going on vacation though. Susquehanna, which is like one of the biggest funds, has come out after Chinese insider traders, the Pennsylvania-based market-making firm, which is in the business of I don't know, destruction. Bad word I can't use on stream. Which says it was the counterparty in most of the alleged insider trades. Sued 100 John Doe defendants in Manhattan federal court on Monday. Susquehanna is seeking to recover more than $70 million. It says it lost to what it believes is one of the largest insider trading schemes in recent memory. Is the SEC useless? $70 million they're going after. And so, with the big volume, Susquehanna's counterparty being dragged to the shed, the traders collectively purchased US $12 million in options, yielding a profit of more than $100 million and a return of more than 900%. They said it lost millions to mystery bets over China's crackdown on Futu Tiger brokers. They're attempting to unmask the identities of individuals with claims made $100 million. Trading insider information about a Chinese government crackdown on cross-border brokerages. The U.S. market-making firm, which it says was the counterparty of mostly alleged insider trades, sued 100 John Doe defendants in Manhattan federal court. They're seeking to recover more than $70 million. And so, like, hey, Susquehanna, if you consider if someone is buying unprecedented amounts of something, to just not sell it to them instead of crying in the casino. And they're shitting on them. No crying in the casino, Jeff. And so, yeah, it's the guys that usually do the looting and robbing are in the hole. $100 million on insider trading, alleged scandal, ladies and gentlemen. Dude, I'm gonna be honest. That fucking AI music has me kind of fucked up. That shit was good. I've been wondering when it's gonna come back. More than anything, I've been sitting here like, when, you know, because y'all remember this? Y'all remember this? This is 3.5 years old.
I came in with my ex like Selena, the flex, bumping Justin Bieber, the fever and left, she know what she need, she
Bro, it's 3.5 years old.
blessed, giving my best, yeah, I got my heart on my sleeve with a knife in my back, what's with that, 21, I love him, they're my brother, that's my stat, Metro made the beat, so you know
This shit is hot.
that it's gon' slap, yeah, it's gon' slap,
Dude, Zero Bro was early.
run it back. Talking to a diva, yeah, she on my nerves. She think that I need her, kick her to the curb. All I know is you could've had the world, yeah, you were my world.
Got these girls on my neck, got these girls on my check. Like Selena, baby, on my cheetah, baby, yeah. She taking my Lambo for a drive, it's an event door, and she way out the store. I got my heart on my sleeve with this.
No, it's old. It's old. It's old. Trump owned at least 5 million Apple shares. Disclosure shows Trump owned 100,000 Palantir shares. The fuck is he gonna do with $1 million? What is he gonna do with $1 million of Palantir? Yeah, that dude. My two themes right now that I'm fascinated with. The biggest theme I'm fascinated with right now is gambling. Gambling with edge. I'm so fascinated by gambling games, all of them. Like I realize maybe I don't just like to trade, I like to gamble. So markets, I love. I'm obsessed with poker. I want to start playing blackjack. I love sports betting is interesting to me right now. Beating games is like so interesting to me right now. Poker, blackjack, sports betting, slots, markets. And then, dude, the AI Dude, poker is like no gambling deals. Poker is like the greatest game ever. It is so fucking awesome. It is like unbelievable. One thing I can tell you right now is that you will never join a threadguy stream and I'm pulling slots on the stream. It will never happen. Like that is the one thing that I refuse to do. You will never see me pull slots on the stream. But poker, I don't know. First time chat, you don't play the game, you play the man. I took Watcher Guru off noties because he was fucking blowing me. Yeah, like, thanks. 5 hours late, dude. What did I say? What did I don't even know what I said. What? I have no clue what I just said. What did I say? I was putting question marks. Dude. Dude, come on, man. My God. What's good? What's good, SON? Dude, what did I say? Well, look. Poker and gambling games and maybe this AI music thing. I gotta go down a fucking rabbit hole because no one's talking about this. It's not even like a theme. We can figure out a short, but what if we figured out how to long it, brother? I want to figure out how to long it. So honestly, I had a lot of fun today, guys. I didn't know how I was going to do it today, but I really enjoyed our stream. I am going to be back tomorrow, and I'm going to be back on Thursday. And Friday, I'm off, dude. I'm going to rip. This weekend, I'm going to rip. I honestly, I deserve it. I'm going to go rip this weekend. Think about Shaws and IBM and fucking in mids. I'm just going to go rip. So I'm excited for that. So tomorrow we're gonna have a banger. Thursday we're gonna have a banger. Monday we're probably gonna do market open. Bro ends the stream like an awkward date. I know. I don't know how to end. I don't know. I don't know how to end stream. I don't know. It's like when I get stuck in an awkward conversation, I don't know how to walk away. I don't know what to do. What should we do? Like a ritual? Like how do I end stream? What should I do? Like what would be normal way to end stream? I do end like an awkward. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how. Get you, I'll see you.